Hey Diablo fans, this is Valet and I've been cooking up some builds for Season 10 on the PTR. I've got a pretty awesome build with Touch of Death. This is working really nicely with the seasonal powers, and yeah, I'll go through everything I've got this up working so far. I previously started doing a Stinger build with Pestilence Swarm. This was pretty underwhelming, and then switched to like a Kepaleke Stinger build as well. This was also pretty underwhelming, but this Touch of Death build is just awesome. It's doing huge damage, hitting for about up to like over 200 billion, and very fast as well. So the Touch of Death build, um, as you know, Touch of Death is a potency skill. So for this, we're running Kepaleke to make it into a core skill. And Kepaleke really isn't offering much by itself, but the main thing is that it's turning into a basic skill, so we don't need any of our vigor. And this just pumps way into the seasonal power of Power Siphon, which reduces our max current resource by 20 for 6 seconds. Now, if you just spam this, you'll lose all your vigor nearly straight away. And I think outside of sorcerers, you can't really run this at all. But running it on a Kepaleke, you can just pump this as much as you want. So although we don't get the full, we don't care about the benefit of what Kepaleke offers. The main thing is that we one get chance for core skills to hit twice, and two we just becomes a basic skill. So because it's a basic skill, we get to run this. We get to also run Alacrity, which means gives our basic skills 30% increased attack speed. And the last two seasonal powers don't go into Kepaleke, but just in general, we just get a multiple from having our life capped at 50%. This also gives us an armor 40% multiple, which we'll need, and I'll go over that. And a beast cornered, which is giving us our damage from Mudguard, which is amplifying our missing life into damage. On this build as well, we're running Jacinth Shell. So Jacinth Shell is giving us all our armor, and it's also spending vigor heals you for max life, along with the active cooldowns is basically 50% cooldown reduction, and it's draining our life as well, which will give us more damage multipliers into the seasonal power. At the moment, I've got the armor and the ore resist plus armor to get us at 3,300. You need to get 3,300 armor for unyielding hits, so we get another 1,500 bonus on weapon damage. So we're running Jacinth Shell. We're running Sustained War Cozier. So Sustained War Cozier and Kepaleke were previously both weapons, so now we can run both of these. This is going to amp up our damage 300% multiplicative, along with getting all our benefits from focus skills, which just saves us a few skill points in not having to get the upgrades for Ravager and Vortex. Jacinth Shell's also going to give us 50% reduction. So like at the moment, we've got the Protector at 14.57 seconds. So this is going to get us to 7 seconds, which is just awesome. So we have basically 100% uptime on the Protector. This is going to buff up all our passives in here. So basically, we're always going to have these extra passives multiplicative going off from running the Protector all the time. Along with the Protector with the new gloves is going to give us a 60% multiple on all our gorilla skills. And this is doubled while they're knocked down or a boss, which we're nearly knocking them down all the time. So like the damage is just insane. It's just really awesome. So that's the build. In a nutshell, you can run Harmony of Ebwalker. Harmony of Ebwalker is a bigger DPS boost over Shroud of False Death, but Shroud of False Death is just kind of a nice to have, I guess, for a bit more tankiness, along with just a few more passives that can give you a bit more flexibility in the build. But overall, I think Harmony of Ebwalker would probably be the last chaotic armor piece you would get. But then again, like, it's not that easy to get Shroud of False Death. So all these chaotic armor pieces, you could put them in any slot, really. So you have some flexibility on what you want to do, which makes it pretty cool. Then for the weapon itself, make sure you get the Touch of Death Swarm duration, and then the Codex for kills extend the duration of Touch of Death Swarm. The Amulet running unyielding hits, as we've got the Gorilla main hall, and then we've got Moonrise. So again, because we're running a Kepaleke build, this turns us into a basic skill, and we can get we just get a lot of attack speed and then another 60% multiple, which is just great. And then along with the movement speed buff, which will go hand in hand with our Eagle skill. So if you are running Ebawaka, then if you're running Ebawaka, then you will get the main halls, and then you will get these buffs. If you're not running Ebawaka and you've got Shroud of False Death, then just take these points out, put more into Resilient. There's not really that much else you really need to get. You could just put more ranks into Armored Hide. But yeah, you've got a few slots left. But if you do run Ebawaka, this is previously why I had these slots in while I was testing it, so we can get another multiple from the Eagle skills, which I think's really nice. The main thing is that, like, we get really low on HP, so that's why I was using Shroud of False Death. You could get some HP on your Amulet, but we're like pretty light on resistances as well. So it will just depend. Like at the moment, I'm maxed out, but you could take resist off here and get more points into HP. So the main hall, gorilla skills, and then yeah, the second one, the eagle one. I think even if you don't have Ebawaka, I think this is just a good secondary now. Get the 20% on vulnerable damage, and we'll have vulnerable damage all the time. For the Paragon, so running Canny, this is just non-physical damage, which is basically all our damage. Viscous Shield, so we'll have a barrier up all the time as we're Gorilla main hall. Bane, yep, got a lot of poison damage going. Sapping, yeah, we'll have a lot of multiple halls going, so yeah, this is great. We'll have that up all the time. Meningitis, again, just for the extra multiple damage, because we'll just have all of our skills going off all the time. I have tested a few other, so like if you are running Shroud, then you could run Revenge and get the extra damage from Thorns, and you'll also have the extra points in the skill tree. But if you're running Ebawaka, then you'd probably want to run Meningirist. Sorry, not sure how to say it. And then take it out of Revenge, because you won't have the points into the, where is it? Into here. So we're getting these for free with Shroud, but yeah, if you don't have Shroud and you're running Ebawaka, and then if you're running Ebawaka, you'll probably have the points into here for the extra damage bonuses. So you could split that up. Revealing, so we have a 30% chance to knock down vulnerable enemies. So this is great because we got the new passive in the Gorilla Tree, which does damage to enemies that you try to knock down. And running Spirit, again, just because for the extra multiples, and yeah, I think you do have some flexibility here, but I didn't get enough stacks with Touch of Death, so consumption just wasn't good. you could possibly run Fester as well, but just won't work on the boss. So yeah, I think the other one could possibly be Headhunter as well, just for like the boss damage and elite damage. The other thing to note is there is another Paragon node. I can't remember what the name is, but it gives you a 40% multiple on your poison damage, but it requires you to heal to 100% before you get that. So because we're running the seasonal power of Mudguard, we'll be at 50% life all the time, so we just can't run that. And yeah, that's about it for this build. It is running really nicely. So the thing to note is like this is our potency skills. Once we get this up to 10, that'll be the max for Sunset and Wilquezia. But outside of that, most of all the buffs are straight away. And you can see like we're hitting very fast, and also like we're doing like 30 billion damage hits all the time. Like you'll see there's like the crits from the actual thing itself, but there's also the noxious resonant hits in there as well, which I've seen like up to 70 billion as well from those hits. So like this is max stacks, I guess, for like boss damage. And yeah, I've seen like over 200 billion hits. And you can see like we've just got our protector just going all the time. The protector's currently bugged on PTR, so I have not been able to test it on like high pit runs, because basically like the boss is like nearly unkillable because it's just constantly hitting the barrier from the protector itself. It's giving like the boss a barrier instead of yourself. But from the damage alone that I've seen, like you can get to like hits, you can smash all tier 4 content, but mainly just high pit runs, like you can't really test to see how far we can actually push this, because the higher we go, the bigger the barrier they get, so it's just making it kind of just impossible. And yeah, that's basically the build. Hope you guys enjoyed and have some good ideas for what you can do in Season 10. This could probably work for Payback as well, as you could do the same and turn Payback into a core skill. But yeah, overall I think this will probably be the Spiritborn build I will do for Season 10, depending on how the patch goes after the PTR. But yeah, let me know if you have any more builds you guys want me to test out. And outside of this, I'll be also testing, been testing a Druid Tornado build, and that's currently on like pit 115, and I've seen hits of like 22 trillion. So that's going pretty nice. And then I've been trying a Frozen Orb build, which gets to about pit 90, 95. Could have a bit more room to go. 100 might be possible, but I mean it's a bit more weaker. I think this Spiritborn build can definitely go past 100. It's just that I can't really test it in the pit at the moment. But all other tier 4 content just basically just gets one shot from the damage you can see here. And yeah, that's it for me guys. Cheers.